A St. George man who kicked in the door of a home while armed with a handgun learns his sentence. Plus, Utah officials extend support for national parks as the federal government shutdown continues. And we'll take a look at your weekend weather forecast with sunshine and mild fall temperatures across the region.
You're watching St. George News at 5, brought to you by our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law.
Good afternoon, I'm Monica McLaughlin. A St. George man who kicked in the door of a home while armed with a handgun has been sentenced in what the judge called a scary situation for the victims. 32-year-old Sean Taryn Emil Hadlock pleaded guilty to one third-degree felony count of prohibited conduct with a dangerous weapon. Police said in June, Hadlock admitted to using methamphetamine the night before and claimed he entered the home believing he was rescuing a child. 5th District Judge Eric Gentry suspended a prison term of up to 5 years and instead ordered Hadlock to serve 120 days in jail, followed by 36 months of probation. Gentry also imposed a no-contact order and $5,100 in restitution, calling the incident frightening for the homeowners. Utah tourism officials say the state will continue supporting operations at national parks during the ongoing federal government shutdown. Utah Office of Tourism Public Relations Manager Anna Lockridge said in an email that funds typically used for the winter closure of Cedar Breaks National Monument are being reallocated to support Zion National Park's backcountry permitting staff. Officials said Utah remains committed to preserving parks and supporting local communities that rely on tourism. Visitor centers and services will remain funded at Zion, Bryce Canyon, Capitol Reef, Arches, and Canyonlands National Parks. Let's take a look at your weekend weather forecast, brought to you by Casablanca Resort and Casino. In St. George, the skies are mostly sunny and temperatures sit at about 71 degrees. Tonight, expect a low near 46, and tomorrow will be a warm one with a high reaching 78 and an overnight low around 50. Sunday follows with sun through high clouds, a high near 81 and a low close to 51. Over in Mesquite, conditions are partly sunny with a current reading of 75 degrees. Tonight will drop to about 52, then Saturday warms to a high of 81 and a low near 56. On Sunday, look for highs around 83 degrees and a low around 57. Up in Cedar City, the thermostat currently shows 57 degrees under clear skies. Prepare for a cold night at 35 degrees. Saturday will see sunshine and a high of 67, with an overnight low near 41. Sunday warms further, hitting 72 degrees by day with a nighttime low around 42. St. George Mayor Michelle Randall and City Council member Jimmy Hughes shared their visions for the city's future during a debate at Utah Tech University, discussing growth, water conservation, and transparency, while at times sparring over taxes and public input. For more on the key moments and what both candidates had to say ahead of the November 4th election, here's Maury Kessler.
We've done a great job of
St. George's two mayoral candidates, incumbent Michelle Randall and City Council member Jimmy Hughes, recently shared their priorities during a debate at Utah Tech University. Both spoke about managing the city's rapid growth, water conservation, and maintaining St. George's small-town character. Randall pointed to updates in the city's general and downtown plans, while Hughes said future decisions should reflect the community's long-standing culture and values. The candidates also supported moving forward with the Northern Corridor Highway project and protecting Zone 6 for conservation and recreation. On housing, both cited support for accessory dwelling units and efforts to balance affordability with local zoning needs. They agreed that public safety remains a top priority, but differed slightly on how a 2022 property tax proposal was handled. The debate remained cordial, with each candidate emphasizing service, transparency, and their commitment to the community. Ballots for the St. George mayoral election are being mailed to voters this week, with Election Day set for November 4th.
Thanks, Maury. A Santa Clara couple has transformed their yard into a full-scale haunted harbor featuring a 50-foot pirate ship called the Rum's Revenge, complete with cannons, lights, and singing skeletons. We'll go to Jesse Bang for a closer look at this family-friendly Halloween tradition and the ghostly crew bringing it to life.
The front yard of a Santa Clara home has been transformed into a haunted pirate ship, featuring a Pirates of the Caribbean themed show and a walk-through haunted mansion. Visiting the display and walking through is completely free for the public. Todd Wood and his wife are the creators behind the display, and he shared more about it with St. George News.
This is a 50-foot pirate ship, and it's called the Rum's Revenge. And it's got 6 shooting cannons and 4 animated skeletons that sing and dance with the music. It's festive, it's fun, it's spooky, it's all those great things. And there's a fabulous walkthrough that you get to walk through the back of the ship, and get to see all these different scenes. This year's Haunted Mansion on the inside, Pirates of the Caribbean on the outside.
He and his wife have been haunting the neighborhood since 2011, but the Haunted Wood Cove display officially debuted in 2020. When asked why he decides to do this every year, he had this to say.
Because when I was a kid, I went to a house that was all decorated once, and I wish it was done every year, and they only did it once. And I've always wanted to go through someone's house that was all decorated. So when I came here to Southern Utah, I'm like, this is the place to do it. So I started real small to this.
He said kids wander in a daze while adults spot references to classic movies and music.
It's all spooky, no scary, no horror, no gore.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. To learn more about our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law, go to WeWinInjuryLaw.com. I'm Monica McLaughlin with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5, brought to you by We Win Injury Law.